This is a little area that I was looking at, a couple of places just down here where this little urban park is. So I thought I'd do a little bit of a diversion today and just show you this. It's quite attractive, very close to the shops. They're just a minute away from here. So I wanted to be closer to the beach, which is handy because I walked down there yesterday, and I do it like on a weekly basis, so that's nice. But there are these little patches around Kewarra Beach. It's quite a large area and quite attractive, and round here, yes, no exception. So it's a nice part of the world. I don't know where this, oh here we go, got a park there. Oh, this goes to a cul-de-sac, does it? So there's quite a few cul-de-sacs around here, so I don't know if this goes through to the main road again, but yeah, it's a nice little part of the world. Yeah, I might have to look at getting solar panels in myself if I can't come up with a solution. I'll get contact Tim, who's the electrician, to put the LED lights in. Yeah, quite nice and quiet down here. There actually is a walkway that takes you up to the, there's a bitumen bike path walkway goes along the Cook Highway just up there. So yeah, I don't think they have no through road signs and things, unfortunately, but I'll try something different. What the hell, got plenty of time. There's no rush. Haven't been down this road before. Good to explore all the areas around the suburb. This could be Crocodile Park coming up, which luckily isn't infested with crocodiles apparently, so that's the good news. It's got a sort of village atmosphere around here. The real estate signs are out. You can see that one there. You can't hear the Cook Highway, even though it's just back there. Oh, there are houses even closer, but this one not so much. So yeah, it's very similar to where I'm living, fairly quiet. Only difference is I'm closer to the beach. So there's a little park there. I like these little boutique parks, they're quite nice. I've got no lack of parkland where I am, of course. There's lots of wildlife. You could hear the birds last night. They were going crazy last night. So, yeah, got all the facilities for kids and what have you. It's very kid-friendly, this whole area. Haven't seen so many kids around last few days. Maybe they're at school because, yeah, so it's probably during school hours that I was walking, so that would explain that. Isn't that lovely? It's only small compared to the one in Trinity Beach, but I think it's actually nicer. It's got a sort of an English feel to it, I feel. Very nice. They've done a good job with urban planning around here. So, like I say, Kewarra, big suburb. I like it. I'm still happy. Yes, Otter Street goes through. I remember passing by that. So, yeah, that's a nice little diversion walking down that way. And there's more streets up there. So, and the sound of suburbia with the ubiquitous motor mower. That's surprising, so few cars went by down Cottesloe. They're coming now. Looked like a side street because I couldn't see how big it was. But that's definitely Cottesloe. And of course there's only one pathway down Cottesloe, which is one more pathway than there is along Gannett Street, which is the main street, take me back home. But I'm going to venture on a little further to where Albatross is and take a different route home. Like I say, I've got plenty of time. I'm Mr. Time Rich. Just thinking, yep, still on. The screen's gone black, so I wasn't sure whether still filming, but the red light's on the front. There's about 77% for the battery. I just put an order in today for a bigger micro SD card, one that's got 128k memory. It was a gig memory, and 128 gig memory, sorry. The current one I've got is 64 gig. So what I might do with it, the new one, is actually shoot some 4K, because that chews up a lot more storage than the 180 that I'm on currently. Although I'm very happy with the image quality of the Osmo action camera. I think it's quite a good camera. The Steadicam seems to work fairly well. It's good for walk and talks especially. I probably should turn it off for other things. I mean, it's not hard to change the settings on this camera, which is great. Big improvement on the old GoPro. But again, you know, I'm comparing a very early model GoPro, so it's not fair to rubbish GoPro over that. But I'm thinking that once I get this new card, I'll put that in here, and I'll put the old GoPro one in that I've actually slotted in this one back in the GoPro, and I might just use the GoPro to shoot some vision and use this camera for my walk and talks all the time. So if I've got a bike, I could put the old GoPro on the helmet. It wouldn't even matter if I stacked the bike, because it meant that, well, it wouldn't matter as far as the camera's concerned, because it's very much a backup camera. So I'm not really don't really care about doing anything to it. The big downside with it, of course, is the battery's totally stuffed. I'll probably only get half-hour recording on the old GoPro. I did buy a replacement battery years back, but that didn't seem to do that much better anyway. So I don't know if that was much. And it wasn't just a cheap knockoff. I think it was a reasonable camera. So yeah, not sure why it didn't perform better. Anyway. Whew. Now I think that's Crocodile Park down there, and I don't know whether that's an entrance to it, but it could be. So I don't have to go to the Deep Creek Estate necessarily. I don't know if much is happening. They're only working on the first stage of it, so I'm more interested in the connecting road between the beaches. So this should be Crocodile Park, and it's a huge park actually. It goes a long way. Yep. It's a big mother. And this is the creek that ran behind the house I inspected, the one I wasn't impressed with. So that's the creek there. It's probably gone down a bit because we had a lot of rain a month or so ago, but nothing since then, so I'd imagine it's fairly dry now. Looks it. It doesn't look like it goes right through. Maybe on the other side it does. It's a big park. It goes a long way. So. I've got a kids' playground here. What's this? This sign looks like it's had better days. Community built, I think, facility, I think it says. So maybe volunteers built it. Yeah, like I said, the kids are well catered for up this way. It's all fences down there, so this might be just a little self-contained section. Right, now we're just up to where I'd actually inspected that house. There's another one of the Cairns Beach's realty sold this one here. That was actually the guy who was running the inspection the day I turned up. I didn't get on well with him actually. He seemed to be quite defensive from my liking. But anyway, he sold one there, so I suppose he's happy. Personalities can clash. I wasn't impressed with the house anyway. The house was just back there. I don't know if there's anything's been done to it. They would have purchased it a few months back, I imagine. It was at least a month or so before I'd actually now which I think is that one there on the left. I think that was it. Yeah, it's a nice streetscape. Because I asked the guy about the possibility of flooding. It didn't go down well with the real estate agent. Like I say, he got very defensive. Oh, the council's got all the bloody floodplain information there. Feel free to look at it. If you don't believe me, you know. Like, I wasn't accusing the guy of being a liar, but that's what I mean. He's just super defensive. Oh God. Yeah, he was the most unchilled out real estate agent I've come across. Not a good sign, but you know, he's making the sales. Oh, that's Frankston. That connects through to Gannett. I can actually, I don't know if it's a shortcut because it seems to be going the wrong direction. Bit of wind. It's been quite still today, perfect for a walk and talk, but a little bit of a breeze. There's another entrance to the Crocodile Park there on the left. I think it's an entrance to Crocodile Park. There was one down here somewhere. Yep, I was right. Yeah, it's a very big park. It's like you can't ride bikes down here. That's interesting. It looks pretty covered with foliage. It must be the creek just there. There's nowhere to really bike ride anyway. I suppose if you're some crazy kid and you like dirt bike riding, I suppose you could. But there's not many opportunities for. It's an entrance to the park, but I don't know how you're supposed to navigate around it. Right, I'm at Albatross, so just heading down from the top of Albatross. There's a road I've got to go off to. I think to the left to get to the Deep Creek Estate. There might be a sign for it actually. So yeah, I haven't been down here before. That's a nice good double-story place. Huh. It's fairly windy down here, so just drive slowly. So if I go right down here, it actually connects with Starling Street. Now I can cut across to my place. But I was thinking, what Deep Creek could be down here. I don't know. Too much of a cheapskate to put my to switch on my data so I can actually get GPS. I think this is it here. This, I can't see the name of the sign. This, where is it? There's no sign there. Okay, that's, oh, this there is. Elwood. Blues Brothers. I think this might go down there and have a look. I've still got plenty of energy, so what the hell. I don't remember Elwood being connecting to the... I don't know if this is much going to be much chop actually. Might be just a dead end. The other thing I'm doing is sleeping a lot better, just overall. My sleep patterns when I was living in Parramatta Park were much worse than here. So that's a definite plus. And yes, I'm definitely sleeping a lot better. And that sets you up for a better day anyway. That's nicely landscaped. Looks very nice. It's a lush garden. Wouldn't mind something like that myself. A couple of big trees, but not overrun with them. That's the way to do it. And they're in the corners of the block. So that's better planning. Actually, having a think about it, I think maybe I needed to go further up Cottesloe. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Getting plenty of exercise. Another two-storey joint. Not that many up here, but there's one down the following close to where I am, just one further down. And they've got the tennis courts as well, so it's quite swish. But yeah, nice area. Yeah, just remember this, because there's at the Cottesloe there's actually a one of the houses is like a sales office for the Deep Creek Estate. Hopefully I'll have a push bike soon. I can get around here quite easily. There's a bit of a slope here. It's fairly flat generally, but quite a slope going down to where the beach is down my way. So it's a little elevated further back. Oh, nice looking house there. Yeah, some people really look after their gardens. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you think there's anything there of use to you or entertainment or whatever. And either do that or give me a thumbs up, or if you're feeling really energetic, do both. That'd be great.